So here we have another question on tax bands and take-home pay. So we're going to be getting some more practice dealing with multiple tax rates. So in this case, we're told Anna earns €65,000 per year, so a very good base salary, and her tax bands are going to be 20% on the first 40,000 and 40% on the remainder. We're also told she has tax credits worth 7k, so we're now going to calculate her take-home pay. So we're going to begin by finding her tax on the first 40k, which we know is going to be 20%, so we just need to find 20% of 40,000, and that is going to be €8,000. So that's always a nice way to sort of start these off, because you're given the numbers straight away in the question. We're just told 20% on the first 40,000, so hopefully that makes sense. And then on the remainder, we need to basically figure out first of all what that is. So to figure that out, we're going to have to take the 65,000 she started off with and then subtract this 40,000, which we've already taxed because we've already applied the 20% tax to the 40,000. So we now need to subtract that and multiply the remainder by 40% or 0.4. And this is going to be the same thing as 25,000 just by applying our subtraction and then multiplying that by 0.4. We're going to get an answer of 10,000. So she ends up paying 10,000 on her second rate of tax. So now to find her total tax that she's paid, we just need to add together the two amounts we found based on the two different tax bands of 20% and 40%. So we're going to be adding the 8,000 and the 10,000 basically. And so this gives us a value of 18,000 as the total tax that she's paid. And so now we have all the information we need to basically find her take-home pay. So we start off with the 65,000. That was her gross pay, or her pay before she got taxed. And then we're going to subtract the total tax we found of 18,000 and finally add back on the tax credits if she has any. And she has tax credits worth 7,000, so we can add that amount back on. Unfortunately, I will tell you this is quite a nice amount of tax credits and a fairly low amount of tax considering what she's earning. So you wouldn't expect to see this kind of situation in Ireland in terms of her net pay. But in any case, when we subtract 18,000 and add back on 7,000, it's basically going to be 54,000 as her take-home pay. So not too bad at all. Basically earning 65,000 and actually taking home 54 would be quite good in most countries. But that's going to be your take-home pay, and that's going to be it for this question.